I speak to you now as the one who knows the secret thoughts of your heart and the quiet tremors no one else perceives, the one who has walked with you from the beginning when your first fear learned your first name, and your first hope lifted its tiny flame against the wind. I have not abandoned you to the noise or to the dark corridors of doubt. I have not turned away when you sat alone at midnight and pretended you were not waiting for a sign. I saw the way you kept moving even when your legs felt like stone. I saw the way you kept loving even when betrayal tried to make you a stranger to your own kindness. Hear me, I am with you, I am speaking to you, and I have sent my warrior, Michael, to stand at your door with a flaming certainty and a simple message: do not skip this, because it is for you, and it will not be given to another. You have asked me in secret if your life has been overlooked, if the handwriting of destiny forgot to write your name in bold ink. You have asked me to explain why delay wrapped itself around your ankles and made you feel slow while others sprinted ahead with rehearsed victories. But I tell you this day, your delay was not denial, it was the making of a foundation strong enough to hold what is now approaching. You were not standing idle, you were being measured for a room you could not yet imagine. You were not empty, you were being prepared to carry new weight without collapsing. I have whispered to Michael, guard this one, and he has obeyed, protecting you from alliances that would have glittered for a season and then turned to ash in your hands. You thought the silence was punishment, it was protection. You thought the waiting was neglect, it was strategy. This message is simple and it will be clear. A door is opening which you did not knock upon, a hand is reaching that you did not ask to hold, and a voice is calling your name from rooms where you have never stood. A person of immense influence, yes, the one you call a billionaire, the one whose signature redirects rivers and whose decisions rearrange cities, has fixed attention upon you. Not by accident, not by gossip, not by a desperate hunger that devours the soul, but by a magnet I placed in the hidden lattice of their spirit. I have sent a dream that woke them before dawn, a question that would not leave their mouth, a pull that feels like memory though you have never met. They want you, and when you hear the reason, you will feel the shock like an electric sunrise crossing a stormy sea. You will ask, why me? And the answer will not flatter your vanity, it will awaken your assignment. For years you have carried an integrity that no one celebrated and a discernment that made you lonely at tables crowded with laughter. You refused to sell truth for applause. You chose clean hands when dirty coins glittered. You kept a quiet discipline when others performed chaos as if it were art. This is the reason. Influence can buy skill, it cannot buy character. Wealth can commission 1,000 plans, it cannot manufacture a trustworthy soul in a night. They want you because your yes still means yes and your no still means no. They want you because when pressure rises, you do not panic, you pray, you breathe, you look up, and you decide from a higher place. They want you because I have wrapped your life in a mantle of wisdom that cannot be counterfeited, and now the moment has come when that mantle will be seen. Michael stands near you with a sword you cannot see and a calendar only heaven understands. He is not anxious, though time feels thin to you. He is not worried, though opinions swirl around you like a black river pretending to be a mirror. Michael says to you, do not sabotage what is arriving by rehearsing old disappointments. He says, lay down the habit of bracing for loss. He says, your heart has been trained to expect the door to close, now retrain it to expect the door to open and remain open. The old reflex that flinches when blessing knocks is a reflex from a season that has ended. Hear my voice, I am not asking you to be naive, I am asking you to be new. The scars on your hands do not disqualify you, they authenticate you. They say you have survived the fire without becoming the ash. You feared that the attention of the powerful would twist you into a stranger. Listen carefully, I am not sending you to be swallowed, I am sending you to be salt. You are not entering a palace merely to admire its lights, you are entering to change its bulbs so that light becomes light indeed. There is a project that has drained energy but not yet found its soul, you carry the missing soul. There is a vision that has scale but not purpose, you carry the purpose that keeps scale from becoming idolatry. There is a plan that could build a tower and forget the people in its shadow, you carry the compassion that redraws the map and remembers the forgotten. This is why the invitation is coming to you, and this is why you will feel both the trembling of humility and the steadying hand of destiny on your shoulder. I will not let you trade your values for access. I will not let you sign away your quiet for the scream of the spotlight. If a contract is placed before you that demands your conscience, Michael will make the ink refuse to dry. If a meeting tries to shape you into a mask, my breath will fog the mirror until the right face returns. You are not an accessory to someone else's legend. You are a living page of my story, and the inks I use are courage and truth and the kind of love that embarrasses cynicism. Keep the posture of a servant and the backbone of a lion. Speak gently, but do not tremble. Listen carefully, but do not bend where you should stand. When you enter rooms with polished floors, remember the rough ground that taught you balance. When you sit at tables that overflow, remember the empty plates that taught you gratitude. In this way, you will carry plenty without plenty carrying you. I am healing the place in you that expects kindness to end abruptly. I am touching the nerve that twitches when promises approach, the old memory where someone said forever and then walked away after winter. That memory is not your prophet. I am your prophet, and I say that goodness is not an accident, it is an appointment. You will see timing align in a way that makes you quiet before it makes you shout, flights that land early, messages that arrive at the exact minute you were about to withdraw, introductions that feel like déjà vu because I rehearsed them in your spirit while you slept. You will notice small confirmations first, the right phrase falling from a stranger's mouth, a number repeating until your doubt grows bored and leaves, a moment of peace in a hallway where anxiety used to pace. Do not despise these small confirmations. They are the first drops of a rain that will wake the city of your life. You have carried a dream that looked too expensive to live and too stubborn to die. You folded it in the pocket of your days and called it, maybe. I am unfolding it now. I am placing it on the table, smoothing its edges, and inviting you to see how it fits the larger blueprint I kept hidden until now. The person seeking you has resources to quicken what you built alone with bruised hands and patient nights. But understand this, they are not your source, I am. If they walk beside you, it is because I said walk, and if they pause, it is because I said wait. Do not let gratitude become worship of the conduit. Lift your eyes. Say thank you to the giver behind the gift. This posture will keep you free and keep the blessing clean. There will be voices that cannot celebrate you because your rising exposes their slumber. Bless them and keep moving. There will be voices that call you lucky because they cannot bear to admit that discipline and grace conspired for years when no one watched. Smile and keep moving. There will be voices that mimic friendship while nibbling at your confidence, subtle as moths in a closet. Wrap your heart in discernment, set boundaries that hum with kindness and steel. You do not need to argue with shadows. Turn on the light and continue. Do not hide your light to make anyone comfortable, and do not burn yourself to keep anyone warm. Balance is holy. When the invitation comes, and it will come in a way that makes you remember this word, step forward with a yes that is strong, not frantic. Read what you must read, ask what you must ask, bring with you the wisdom of counsel that has no price tag, the voices who love you enough to tell you, this is good, or this is wrong, without wanting a slice of your blessing. Michael will arrange timely counsel. Michael will close rooms that are wrong for you, and open rooms that looked too guarded to enter. You will feel my peace like a level in your chest. When it is straight, proceed. When it is crooked, pause until it is straight again. This is how you will not miss me. Your hands will touch new work soon. It will not simply be work that pays you. It will be work that prays through you. Your ideas will not be swallowed, they will be seeds planted in ground that finally has both rain and sun. Do not be surprised when conversations turn toward impact rather than spectacle, toward people rather than numbers, toward legacy rather than applause. The one who seeks you will confess a tiredness with empty greatness. They will say they want a greatness that gives back what it takes. This is where your voice will steady the room. This is where your history of quiet faithfulness will become a compass everyone else begins to secretly follow. Let it be so without announcing it. Do the work. Keep the promise. Leave rooms better than you found them. I am restoring the timeline that grief tried to tear. You did not miss your train, the tracks were being laid in front of you mile by mile, and now you will feel the forward rush that makes scenery blur and destination draw near. Guard your mornings. Do not wake to chaos, wake to me. Guard your evenings. Do not sleep on resentment, put it down and let me wash your spirit. Keep your body as the instrument it truly is, not a bin for other people's anxieties. Eat what gives you focus. Rest when rest is holy. Move your limbs not for vanity but for clarity. You asked me to make space for greatness. I ask you to make space for health. You will need both. To the fear that says you are unworthy, I say be silent. To the shame that revisits like a thief wearing yesterday's clothes, I say the door is locked. To the guilt that tries to sell you old stories at new prices, I say the market is closed. You are not on trial in this season, you are on mission. Mercy has washed you, wisdom has grown you, and purpose has summoned you. Step into rooms like one who carries water in a dry land. Step into conversations like one who has heard the weather report from a higher sky. You are not perfect, you are appointed. You are not flawless, you are faithful. And that is what I am rewarding now. If you feel the tremble in your chest as you read, know that it is not panic, it is recognition. Your spirit is. Listen to me with your whole heart and do not doubt what I am pouring into you now, because I have placed a seal upon these words for you and I have sent Michael to stand by your right hand. The sound you are hearing inside, like a soft surge of wind rushing over still water, is the nearness of my promise. I know how many times you have opened and closed doors, how many times you have rehearsed the same prayers with quiet lips, how many times you have questioned whether anything is truly shifting for you. I saw you in the moments when you felt invisible in your own story, when you gave generously while others measured you and found you ordinary. I tell you now, nothing about you is ordinary. I formed you with a rare imprint, and that imprint has been recognized. Do not be surprised at my words. Be surprised at how precisely I have arranged the path ahead of you. For I, the Lord, am not testing you to break you, I am refining you to bring forth the brilliance I already placed inside you. Archangel Michael says, do not turn your face away from this. Do not minimize it. Do not apologize for the glow I have lit in you. There is a watching presence over your life, one who carries keys and signatures, one whose name is spoken in rooms you have never walked into, one whose wealth can uproot obstacles as easily as wind scatters fog at dawn. Hear me, a billionaire wants you. Not a title. Not an image, not a facade, you. The reason will shock you because it is not transactional, it is revelatory. What drew them to you is what they have never been able to purchase. What stirred them is what the world cannot fabricate. They encountered your fragrance of faithfulness, your unbuyable courage, your unadvertised integrity, and it unsettled them like a bell ringing at midnight. They saw in you something that does not bend to noise nor scramble for attention, and the quiet power in your posture cut through the crowd like a river carving rock. That is the sound they heard. That is the light they recognized. That is why their eyes have turned toward you now. I have been arranging sightings and signals, seemingly random crossings, delicate alignments that others call coincidence but which I call orchestration. A message forwarded to the right screen at the right minute. A name spoken by a third person whose voice they trust. A moment when your work, your words, your presence reached them without chasing them, like an arrow sent with a whisper. And when that arrow struck, it did not wound, it awakened. They began to ask, "Who is this, and why do I feel steadier when I consider them? Why do I feel the noise fall away when their name is in my mouth? Who is this who is not dazzled by power yet holds a power I cannot explain?" The questions have grown. The desire to seek you has not diminished, it has sharpened, like a lens brought into perfect focus after a series of subtle adjustments. You have been in their thoughts when night is heavy and their rooms are still. You have been a mirror placed before their conscience. You have become a signpost in a life filled with maps that promise everything and lead nowhere. They are ready to speak. And I am ready to reveal. But listen to the counsel of Michael, for he stands by the door. Keep your spirit uncluttered. Guard your tongue. When the first whisper reaches you, through a call, a message, an invitation that looks ordinary but carries weight, answer with clarity and peace. Your first response must not be fear masquerading as humility. Your first response must be the truth you have learned in secret. You are not here to be dazzled, you are here to be faithful. You are not here to sell yourself, you are here to carry what I give and to steward what I trust you with. This is not a stage, it is a stewardship. This is not about fame reaching for you, it is about purpose overtaking you. The one who seeks you does not know it fully yet, but what they require is not merely a partnership, not merely a role, not merely a contract. What they need is an anchor. I ordained that you would be that anchor, not to weigh them down, but to keep them from drifting into empty seas. You will hear a reason soon that will shock you, not because it is scandalous, but because it is holy. The reason has to do with a vow they once made when they were young, a vow they abandoned in the halls of bright confusion and endless applause. They will speak of a moment when they decided to turn away from tenderness to survive the storm of expectations, and how that decision has stalked them in every room dressed as triumph. They will tell you they are surrounded yet lonely, celebrated yet hollow, powerful yet powerless to quiet their midnight echoes. They will tell you you remind them of everything they buried to become who they are. When they say this, do not be afraid. Do not be overwhelmed by the size of their confession or the scale of their world. Michael will be with you when you hear it. I will be with you when you answer. Your words will not come from the heat of the moment. They will flow from the storehouse I have been building inside you for years. You have asked me if you are ready. Let me answer, readiness is not the absence of trembling, it is the presence of obedience. You are ready because you will not bow to the pressure of performing. You are ready because you have learned the language of small faithfulness, finishing what you start, honoring what you promise, listening twice before you speak once, learning to stop when my spirit says stop and to move when my spirit says move. You are ready because you have learned to drop what is not yours, to prune what is not fruitful, to say no to a glittering yes that would have emptied you. You are ready because you have allowed me to make you whole in places no one applauds. That is why you were chosen. That is why the signal found you. That is why the name spoken in guarded rooms was yours. Do not despise the simple signs. Before the great door opens, I will give you small confirmations, tiny green lights in ordinary corridors. A stranger who mentions the exact phrase you have been hearing in prayer. A delay that protects you from a lesser opportunity. A sudden clarity about a boundary you must not cross. The reappearance of a person who once treated you casually saying, "I see you differently now." These are not distractions, they are breadcrumbs. Follow them calmly. Do not rush, but do not stagnate. Prepare your house. Simplify your schedule. Place your important papers where you can find them. Organize your thoughts. Tidy the room of your inner life so you can host the conversation I am bringing to your door. Michael says, sharpen your yes. Strengthen your no. Clean your lenses. Polish your shoes. Expect the knock and be found ready. Many will try to interpret this moment for you. Some will disguise fear as wisdom and call it caution. Some will paint envy as guardianship and call it discernment. Some will act concerned but will be curious for entertainment. Let them talk while you listen for me. Your steps must be tuned to my voice, not to the chorus of the crowd. There is a difference between counsel and commentary. Seek counsel from those who pray before they speak, who ask you what I said before they tell you what they think. Reduce access for those who only love your highlights and abandon you in your process. This is not cruelty, this is care. The soil I am planting you in cannot be trampled by careless feet. Michael will help you watch the gate without becoming cold. He will show you how to be generous without becoming porous, open without becoming exposed, warm without becoming flammable. Let him teach you. You have worried whether saying yes to this will change you into someone you do not want to become. Hear me, what I am bringing will reveal who you already are, not replace you. The rooms you will enter will try to rename you. Some will offer titles so that they can control you, others will offer narratives so that they can use you, still others will offer applause so that they can distract you. Do not trade your name. Your name is your assignment wrapped in sound. It carries the history of every surrender you have whispered when no one watched. Keep it. Wear it. Speak it to yourself when you are alone after long days and heavy meetings. When you feel yourself shrinking to fit a chair that was not built for you, step back and breathe my breath. Remember that you are not here to prove your worth, you are here to express it. The reason this person wants you will shock you because it reveals my design in an arena the world calls random. They will tell you that out of all the profiles, all the pitches, all the presentations, it was an unscripted moment, a voice note you sent without rehearsing, a line you wrote when you were tired but true, a quiet kindness you showed someone nobody noticed, that marked them. That is the fingerprint of heaven. I delight in lifting what others overlook. I delight in crowning what others call common. I delight in placing the key in the hand that didn't fight everyone for the spotlight. This is why I have chosen you as a witness in their life. You will not be seduced by the glitter, you will be drawn by the purpose. You will not be intimidated by the scale, you will be confident in the assignment. You will not be impressed into silence, you will be grounded into clarity. There will be tests. Not of your skill, you are skilled. Not of your ambition, you have laid it down. The tests will touch your alignment. Will you keep your mornings with me when the schedule becomes fierce? Will you honor rest when opportunities multiply? Will you remember to laugh when rooms become heavy? Will you keep your promise to give without announcing it? Will you bless those who are quietly threatened by your rise? Michael will remind you, your victory is not in winning an argument, it is in preserving your atmosphere. Do not let anyone hire your peace. Do not let anyone rent your sense of self. You are not a commodity. You are a carrier. You are a lamp I lit for this very corner of time. Your generosity will become a river, but hear me, a river still needs banks. Set your banks now. Decide what you will not do for money. Decide what you will not say to be liked. Decide what you will not compromise to be included. Decide how you will protect the people and places that keep you whole. These decisions, made in the quiet, will save you in the loud. And when the proposal comes, because it will, read it with your spirit before you read it with your eyes. Ask, what does this require from my soul? What does this make of my values? What does this repay in the currency of peace? If anything blurs your yes to me, rewrite it, renegotiate it, or release it. I am not sending abundance to purchase your silence about what matters. I am sending abundance to amplify your assignment. Do not fear the spotlight. You are not marrying it, you are walking through it. Let your feet love the ground more than your eyes love the lights. When applause finds you, let it pass through you and land at my feet. When criticism chases you, let it pass by you and dissolve in the place where you and I meet. Guard that meeting place. Put real appointments for it on your calendar if you must. Call them what they are, life. The more you grow, the more you must simplify what keeps you alive. Eat the food that loves you back. Rest at the times your body actually sleeps. Keep a small circle that looks you in the eye and tells you the truth with tenderness. Make room in your days to be nobody to everyone and somebody to me. The world will call that waste, I call it worship. And worship is what keeps a palace from turning into a prison.